So here's a quick run through of kind of the stuff you need to connect with for the class for pre-calculus. So I happen to have my iPad up. You can use your phone too and kind of get the same idea. The things you're going to want to check out are Google Classroom is where I'm going to store everything. We have something called it's PreCalc Spring 2017, and in there I'll put on comments and post things and links. So there's a Google Drive with the files, things that we hand out in class. You'll have access to copies of. It's all organized by unit and folder, so get that set up for you guys. But the first thing you want to do is just get set up and register. And the two things that are required are one, an email account that's from Waukee Schools. So you can't use any other Google account or Yahoo or anything like that. It has to be your school account. If you can't find out what that is, I'm not usually much help with that other than I know it exists. You have to, it usually has something related to your name. I can give you at least a hint that goes with it based on what I know, and then you have to go investigate, get logged in, and get your information. So, but do let me know that you're looking into it. If you need help, we can always send you somewhere, maybe for some tech help. There is a code right here, this ORL4TAO. I think it's got to be an O, but that's our code, our access code. And so you want to type that in when you go to Google Classroom with your Waukee email account as your registration, and it'll ask for things like password and all that kind of stuff. You want to then say, hey, what class do you want to join? And that's our pass code. I'll also email that as well in its typed form so you can just copy and paste it. Okay, that's part one. Then the next thing you're going to do is at some point, what you're going to do is sign up for my math lab. And so you can do this outside of class. I think I kind of set a goal for Monday morning. Maybe we'll have time in class. But what you're going to need is when you go to my math lab, there is, it's going to ask you for an access code from these little booklets that we have. And so they have access codes attached to them, and you and another person can register that way. I anticipate we'll be able to do that in class, but if you happen to be gone, one, I either gave you access codes or you need to email me. Let me ignore that. Okay, you need to email me for a passcode because I can do that as well because a number of you are out of town, but you can still do this. You can go to PreCalc via my math lab. You can take my class code and enroll. So if that's you and if you need information, this is our class right here, PreCalc Spring of 2017. Our class code is right here. I'm highlighting it right now, Sealy 51299, 51299 after Sealy. And you would need also this crazy looking long hyphenated code that comes in the booklets that I have. Or if you don't have one of those booklets and you're gone, you want to email me and I'll send you back a code that'll give you access to the class. But I want to make sure everybody's up and running on both fronts by Monday. Hopefully we get most of it done tomorrow. The other piece of information is if you are going to use your iPad or you're going to use a phone, which I highly recommend, you want to get that Google Classroom app. And so let me show you what that looks like. I have, it's just like any other app. You can go to the App Store and find it, but you just go in there and search out Google Classroom, and it will link to your email account through Waukee. Again, it has to be your Waukee email account that you hook up with, which means you need to know your email address and your password and all that kind of stuff. So it might be a pain for some of you. Others, you've used it exclusively in other places, especially if you've done like Apex or something like that. But Google Classroom, if I type that in, it pops up as an app. You can download it, and it's at no cost. It usually functions quite nicely. There's different versions for your phone. When you get it for your phone, I suggested in one of the classes, I don't know if I did to yours, that you get the notifications and turn them on, because it'll be nice when I post something, you don't have to go to your email to get it, which it also sends it there, but it'll also give you a notification that, hey, Mr. Seeley put up an assignment, or Mr. Seeley said, hey, don't forget to bring this to class. But you can go down to your various apps and find Google Classroom when you go to your settings. So if you notice what I just did there, I went settings, and I went to scroll down on the left-hand side to Classroom. You can do notifications as a button at the top, and you want to turn them on to the, I would allow notifications if you want to set where you want them to show, but get someplace where you figure out pretty quickly if there's been an update in the class. Okay, so those are kind of the technical parameters. Google Classroom, you get a code for that. You're going to need a passcode to do my math lab, and those are our big spots. The other things that you'll notice is that if I go to my drive, let's see here, oops, we'll go to my email account and go that route. You're going to see all the emails you guys sent me here in my inbox. I just left them in there. It's kind of fun. Then there we go. You guys will have access to a limited version of this. I'll just open some of these up. but the drive will be one for entirely for pre-calculus, so you guys can kind of pick up. So I have these files, and within those are unit denominations for things that we're doing in this class, and they're broken up pretty nicely, so you guys should be okay. Here's kind of the setup that I had last term, but you'll see folders with unit 0, 1, 2, 3 on up. I'll kind of release them as necessary. But you're always welcome to go ahead and kind of check on what content that's in there. You'll have access to the things that aren't tests and any other relevant materials. I also have a YouTube channel. You'll get a YouTube link from me for this, and if you want to subscribe, then you're automatically hooked up. But I have a YouTube channel, and you can always, I have quite a few videos going right now from over the years, so you can check in on those. They're related to this class. If you go exploring ahead of time, you can see old stuff that pops up. But I have quite a few in there in various channels and things you can explore, and some of them are getting goofy things are happening, various reviews, and some of them people are watching all over the world, I guess, who knew. But that's the story on the technology. Email me with other questions if you have technical issues, knowing that I don't know if I'm the guy to solve some of those problems, but I'll do the best I can to help you out. Take care.